Psalm 46 and verse 5 speaks of Jesus' second coming as a great earthquake occurs, and the Mount of Olives splits apart, yet Jerusalem itself will not be moved. Psalm 46:5 reads, God is in the midst of her. She, the holy city of God, according to verse 4, will not be moved. God will help her when the morning dawns. The earthquake in this photo seems insignificant compared to the ones listed during the tribulation and written about in both Ezekiel 38:20 and Zechariah 14:4 in reference to Revelation chapters 5, 11, and 16. If we are still looking for the return of Christ, and we are, and his throne is being established in Jerusalem, these two prophetic passages come to mind. We read in Ezekiel 38:17 through 23, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Are you not the one I spoke of in former days by my servant and the prophets of Israel? At that time they prophesied for years that I would bring you against them. This is what will happen in that day. When Gog attacks the land of Israel, my hot anger will be aroused, declares the sovereign Lord. In my zeal and fiery wrath I declare that at that time there shall be a great earthquake in the land of Israel. The fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the beasts of the field, every creature that moves along the ground, and all the people on the face of the earth will tremble at my presence. The mountains will be overturned, the cliffs will crumble, and every wall will fall to the ground. I will summon the sword against Gog on all my mountains, declares the sovereign Lord. Every man's sword will be against his brother. I will execute judgment upon him with the plague and bloodshed. I will pour down torrents of rain, hailstone, and burning sulfur on him and on his troops, and on many nations with him. And so I will show my greatness and my holiness. I will make myself known in the sight of many nations. They will know that I am the Lord. This event is confirmed in Zechariah 14:2 through 9. I will gather all the nations to fight against Jerusalem. The city will be taken, the houses looted, and the women raped. Half of the population will be taken into captivity, and the rest left among the ruins of the city. Then the Lord will go out to fight against those nations as he fought in times past. On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives east of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives will split apart. Half the mountain will move toward the north and half toward the south. And you will flee through this valley, for it will reach across Azel. Yes, you will flee as you did from the earthquake in the days of King Uzziah of Judah. That was between 790 and 739. And this is confirmed in Amos 1:1. If David is the songwriter, then Uzziah is still several hundred years in David's future. Then the Lord my God will come, and all his holy ones with him. On that day the source of light will no longer shine, yet there will be a continuous day. Only the Lord knows how this could happen. There will be no normal day or night, for at evening time it will still be light. On that day life-giving waters will flow from Jerusalem, half toward the Dead Sea and half toward the Mediterranean, flowing continuously in both summer and winter. And the Lord will be king over all the earth. On that day there will be one Lord. His name alone will be worshipped. God is in the midst of her, his deliverance therefore sure and near, albeit maybe not as swift as those involved would like it to be. But he is carrying out his end-time plan. God's right arm shall be outstretched for his people. While we are often slow to meet him, he is never tardy in helping us. Our human haste most often leads to recklessness, but God's apparent delays are always wise. And when they're rightly viewed as history, they weren't delays at all. The darkest hour of the night is just before the morning light. Therefore, neither the church nor remnant Israel should despair. Trust in the Lord. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion. It cannot be shaken. It remains forever. That's according to Psalm 125:1.